Hey everyone, my name is Daniel. I'm 27 years old and I come from a small city. 6 months ago, I could not speak English confidently. I knew some words, I understood basic grammar, but when it was time to speak, everything disappeared from my mind. My hands would shake, my voice would become weak. Even saying, "Hello, how are you?" felt difficult. Today, I speak English comfortably, not perfectly, but confidently, and that changed my life. Let me tell you how it really happened. I always had big dreams. I wanted to work online with international clients. I wanted better opportunities, better income, a bigger future. But there was one problem: English. I avoided it for years. I told myself, it's too hard, my accent is bad, I'm not talented in languages. These were just excuses. One day, I applied for a remote job. To my surprise, they invited me to an online interview. I was excited and terrified at the same time. I prepared technical answers, I reviewed my skills, but I did not prepare my English speaking. The interview started. The interviewer smiled and asked, "Can you introduce yourself?" Such a simple question. I had answered it many times in my head before, but at that moment, my brain froze. I spoke slowly, I made grammar mistakes, I repeated words. I could see in their eyes that I was not confident. A few days later, I received the rejection email. It hurt, not because I wasn't skilled, but because I couldn't express myself. That day, I understood something powerful. English was not just a subject in school, it was a bridge to opportunities. That night, I made a decision. No more excuses, no more fear. I would build my English step by step. But I didn't want to waste time again. In the past, I tried memorizing long vocabulary lists. I studied grammar rules for hours. I watched random lessons. But when someone spoke to me, I still couldn't reply naturally. So this time, I changed everything. First, I focused on simple daily sentences. I wrote down 60 sentences that I might use in real life. Sentences like, "Can you explain that again? What do you mean? I'm working on improving my skills." Every morning and every night, I read them out loud, slowly at first, then faster. After 1 week, they became automatic. I didn't need to think. Second, I started talking to myself in English every single day. When I woke up, I described my morning. I'm getting out of bed. I feel sleepy. I need coffee. While cooking, I explained what I was doing. While walking outside, I described the weather, the people, the cars. It felt strange in the beginning, but that daily practice trained my brain to think directly in English.
Third, I used the question and answer method. Every day, I asked myself 5 simple questions. What did I learn today? What problems did I face? What are my goals? I forced myself to answer in full sentences, not one word, full thoughts. If my answer was short, I expanded it. I added details. This helped me speak longer without stopping. Pronunciation was another big challenge. I realized people could understand my words, but my rhythm was unnatural. So I started shadowing. I chose short clips from podcasts and YouTube videos. I listened carefully. I paused. Then I repeated the sentence exactly like the speaker. Same speed, same emotion, same pauses. I did this for 20 to 30 minutes every day. After a few weeks, my accent improved naturally. Instead of memorizing random vocabulary, I learned words in context. If I learned 5 new words, I created a small story using all of them. Then I read that story out loud many times. This helped me remember the words without stress. I also changed my environment. My phone language became English. My social media feed became English. I followed English-speaking creators. I watched movies with subtitles in English, not in my native language. I stopped translating everything. I started absorbing. There were days when I felt tired, days when I thought, maybe this is not working. But I made one simple rule: do something in English every day, even if it was only 10 minutes. Consistency was more important than perfection. After 2 months, I noticed something amazing. I was thinking in English sometimes. Short thoughts, simple ideas, but they came naturally. After 3 months, I joined online speaking groups. I was nervous. My heart was beating fast again, just like in that first interview. But this time, I didn't run away. I spoke. I made mistakes. Nobody laughed. In fact, people encouraged me. That gave me confidence. Confidence changed everything. 5 months after I started, I applied for another international job, another interview. But I was not the same person anymore. I was calm. I listened carefully. I answered clearly. I didn't try to be perfect. I focused on communicating. A few days later, I received the message. I got the job. I cannot explain the feeling. It wasn't just about money. It wasn't just about work. It was about growth. I had proven to myself that I could improve. Here is what I learned from this journey. Fluency is not magic. It is daily effort. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need to move abroad. You don't need to be special. You need practice. You need patience. You need courage to speak badly before you speak well. Many people wait until they feel ready, but readiness comes after action, not before it. If you feel embarrassed about your English right now, I understand you. I was there. If you feel slow when you speak, I was there too. But imagine yourself 6 months from today. Imagine speaking without fear. Imagine new opportunities opening for you. The only difference between you and that future version of yourself is consistency. Start today, speak today, listen today, make mistakes today, and one day you will look back and smile, just like I did.